All right, let's get into it. We've all heard of the Ivy League, right? The prestige, the old buildings, the whole deal. But what if I told you that just under the surface, there's this incredibly powerful, organized business engine, one that's designed to turn those alumni handshakes into a real corporate force? Well, today, we're going to peel back the layers on this very exclusive, very fascinating ecosystem.
I mean, wow. That is a bold statement, isn't it? It's pulled right from the website of a group called the Ivy Company. It's a heck of a claim, basically saying they have access to the smartest people on the planet. But what are they actually selling? What does that even mean?
So yeah, that's the million-dollar question. What is the Ivy Company? Is it some kind of fancy consulting firm, an investment fund, a tech startup? The truth is, it's a little more complicated, because the Ivy Company isn't really the start of the story. It's more like the final product.
And that's the key right there. The company itself is really just the tip of the iceberg, the part you see above the water. To really get what's going on, you have to look at the massive power source that's feeding the whole thing from below. And that power source is this huge, sprawling network called Alumni of the Ivy League. This is the foundation. It's the community, the talent pool. It's the starting line for literally every single venture that comes out of this thing. Just let that number sink in for a second. Over 180,000 members. Come on, this isn't some small, stuffy alumni club. This is basically a digital city-state populated by some of the most educated and well-connected people in the world.
And here's where it gets really interesting. They use the term Ivy League pretty, let's say, generously. Of course, you've got the classic 8 schools, but they've also expanded the club to include other absolute powerhouses like MIT, Stanford, Caltech, even Oxford and Cambridge. We're talking about a curated, global who's who of top universities.
You know, their mission statement is incredibly blunt. I kind of love it. This isn't about getting together for reunions and singing old college songs. The whole point, stated right out loud, is to create tangible benefits. We're talking businesses, startups, and high-paying jobs. It's networking with a crystal-clear financial goal. So, the big question is, how do you take a network of 180,000 brilliant people and actually make it work, right? You can't just throw everyone into one giant group chat and hope for the best. You need a system. You need an operating system to manage all that human capital.
And here's their playbook. It's actually super simple, but it's brilliant. First, they slice and dice the network based on what people actually want or need. You need a job? You're a founder looking for a partner. You need cash for your startup? Okay. Then they create these super focused groups on LinkedIn and Facebook to bring those specific people together. It's matchmaking on a massive scale.
And this just shows you how well that strategy works. I mean, look at these numbers. The Jobs and Recruiting Group has over 64,000 people in it. The Startup Group has 20,000 entrepreneurs. You want to find a co-founder from Harvard or a finance expert from Penn? This is where you go. It's a machine for making the right connections happen.
But wait, it doesn't stop there. The network gets even more exclusive, even more powerful, because they've gone and formed a strategic alliance with another one of the planet's most formidable alumni networks, Goldman Sachs. So now you have these two powerhouses working together. On one side, you've got the Ivy Company, with thousands of members from the best universities. And on the other, you have the Goldman Consortium, this tight-knit group of over 200 businesses all owned by Goldman alums. It's basically a formal partnership between elite brains and elite money. And their shared goal is, well, exactly what you'd think it is. They want to pool all of their incredible resources, their skills, their money, their global connections, to hunt down and create huge business ventures and top-tier investment deals that, frankly, neither group could easily pull off on its own.
So this brings us to the end game. All these networks, all these private groups, and strategic alliances, what does it all actually produce? What does winning look like in this world? Well, it looks like very, very big numbers and very, very big projects.
The consortium points all of this firepower at major, heavy-hitting industries. We're talking energy, both conventional and new stuff. We're talking massive project finance deals. We're talking enterprise software. They are not playing small ball here. They are aiming for the sectors that literally shape economies.
And if you want a perfect, concrete example, look no further. This network isn't just funding the next photo-sharing app. No, its members are actively building infrastructure. They've got a joint venture going to build over 1 gigawatt of power plants. That's enough electricity to power an entire city.
And the funding needed for a project that massive? $2 billion. And that capital is coming from inside the house, from members of the consortium. including a boutique investment bank that's owned by, you guessed it, Ivy and Goldman Sachs alumni. This is what they meant by tangible benefits.
And that right there is the whole story. It's this incredible pipeline. A simple connection made in a niche Facebook group can travel through this highly structured system of collaboration and capital and ultimately result in a multi-billion-dollar industrial project. It is a wild evolution of what social networking can be. Which leaves us with a really fascinating question to chew on. Is this a totally new, groundbreaking model for how business gets done, using social media to unlock the world's best human capital? Or is this just the 21st century version of the ultimate old boys network, just with better technology to make an elite system even more efficient and powerful? What do you think?